da etoso eye eduonu ene eye fiada boja ye kase boy ensaka ene ye de besom wo e wo massive so mamo ajo na ensema hodo bi a eba ne sei national chief edema eye yowa traditional group ne de atudwa na wo kirim se IGP wabo mode pasa afia bato no hweye ma asomdwe etim ye adwuma electoral commission so de atudwa ne entira Okan Quest Central and Afe Ablekumanov Abattoir Resort no ensheda endimu ensemfo from se de besom say 2024 election no ayade se lawyer Martin Pebudi atudwa se wo hwe animu se enoma bi a ankoye no wo mo ye sane pa bonefosem no ye do mo begina emra ano ye besan so e de asom say Finance Minister ena ababetodwa se enei mini budget se sanko obebeginem na yetimi ewidie no eyade se wotwentwen swinti ade bi kire se yentwene fa nyina emra anopa ensemi pi eka ho ena mede besom se enwbre no si akase ebo ewo mass TV so mede indika chiwe nana ya asanto city base for na so masena mede ensemi eba city base say ye de ahotomre smash promo no etimi aba enu nti utifie wo tweden ye guso aye promotion no 10 people on bedi kan betra sase no 225,990 Ghana cedis no ayade so benya achede bi te say smash hamper 1 trip of sun free consultation free site visits smartphone for the luckiest winner and afi free smash hamper ni na aka ho eka promotion benefit ne ho enu ti bomode ye kira kwan ewo nungwa barrier opsi scan guest house ye sign so ben junction mo no master he koye wo hallelujah junction ye over witness asafo no me kai wo say ye bedi broyin mo obi ambedada ye branches e wokrom ha eye mienu pe headquarters ewo nungwa barrier ni odai ayeku street mu ne building mu ena ye wo obi asi e chebe ka che say ya te branch bi wo baby a for numbers no a wonim no e wo studio line so e be ma wo nchiremu wo mo na aso yasna ye de ensemi eba ma me ntwa me ho sema emra sisia Sene Ghana ya mamra ema ye kwan senfinsha na bia etimi ehia so manye to abayi wo mampeni ene emrahye bedwafo no sa pepe na ekoso afi 2024 na abato na beso a ya na ehunhuna na echese ayemhihie ewo kromenam so ema inspector general of police ede betudwa say 2024 abato no obehwe ema banboy agya na so pemi sasora ya enya asem ketwa kwara wodi ni bo so ma 2024 abato no bebre no di adanse se bazabaza de ansha dan koso ene nam so ema national chief edima ebusuan kwaye from se yowa ya ne din eye sawa kwada yalo ya wotoso na se wodi kan wo bepie mu master bis no wodi nsema todwa na wo kire se wo bo IGP abaso pa wo modern bo awabo ene se ne wogina ne nsem so ma eye adwuma abra na yeto abano ensemi ene bebre ena wo pani ede to edwa
ye police sahene ye urada mpale IGP medana se obebia obiara otesa wa yaro kwada the first nka yowa national chief of Ghana kasa ye friend say yowa ana kyerengafo hempo a meda Ghana nkobeta dunsia no nyina ano no me chia ye urada mpare asrem kwatenten ene ahoden ene nimdie asaka na brabo a aka ne wiase na masaka kye Ghana ban a wotesusesi ase sabasbodie bi wo ha obetumi ama ye ura dampare ansana ebia sabi 7th January 2025 adura won fa sabasbodie no emfa ma ye ura dampare ene asrafo na aka nyinara nienti a mesre se ye mo ye ura dampare abaso ne se obi ya de na se obo na baso a ema ofoforo bi a sabi daache obeba no ema na ahoɔden sɛ me nso me yire me honam ye adwumaden na me ko ankodin a menya animonyam ye bɛbɔ me abasobɔde bi ɛwɔ hɔ ɛyɛ den ɛde ma me nienti a me kasa asɛm ya fa yewura IGP yewura dampare ho ne sɛ yato aba yen chance yen fan free JJ Lawrence so eba akofo so eba Mercy so eba Mahama so ebe duru na me ne wo kase no ye hu abato ebre ye hu atutrasem ekom ebre but abato we sene na tension si wo krom ebi no wote ka mu din a sene obi di no nkomosi afa no na ye ka kire wo se ye beto abawe be wie sabi akokọ krampo emmo wa em se ebro adwen ntiase so e kire se ye wura dampare wa ye adwumaden na odonoman oye oman ba pa opese ne man no asomdue ekoso na bambon so adwumayefo no ehwe esua dampare na se okina bi se oni adwuma no mpo biewa wo ba no sua no na dwen Ghana ho kane esan se Ghana first ye kura ye woni ye ni ba bi e betumi akọ enti obi biara ye mawo adwuma se wodi edom bia nim bia no so mampanin bi pawo se di edom animu a ye adwuma no se oman ni nti men konko ye adwuma no se unkwa wo ye funu nti se wo kwa no unkwa wo ye funu a emma oman no ye nkonkodu ba bia ye pese ye koduru no meda se
na wo kai tension na o kase na obi e hunu se nipa bi pese e breaki 8 afi ama I said the abato no we can say ya fa no wake up pa wo Ghana na obia hwe se jama de ebesi wo Ghana de eya sam keto to se na ewo amanfo adwinum afai ye kwato aba no a se bedu police station ground oh bibia ye boko amanfo ba mako electoral officers ya tete woni ade nya ko bu ko otu an order na ni kweku amanfo krama wa beto aba no bibia aye din obakasi ebia ya apolice fo hu ana eye anamontu papa bi eye kasa ben ana bia efu security for eba ntia utim se afedie tension na nka omanfo expect say ebe rise no I said bibia eto fo bi
yo me da so bebre sabi enye police fo ene hunahuna timamufo enti na omampie anase bia omankoto aba anase yenhu omo police station enya soldier fo enya police fo enya BN9 enya national security nemom ne yete ne se sa wo hwe abato we a empanimfo wo Ghana ha bebre eye asofo muslimifo limamfo ene empanimfo no Emma oma no kasa na edoso kasa fa bambo ho anase asomdue ho esne emre na
yetwa ensem ne so edia be na wotwe mienu ntemu ani na Ghana ekogina wokono to abayi mampani na afemrahye bedwafo na emrahye bedwafo no na emya yahodo na abatrompeswahye bi wo no mu a wo mo nto mo ho asenti ema se ye electoral commission eba abonte be kase we na edi nkunim se emrahye bedwani no na wotwentwen so kakra de no wo fensem twerefo nhyiemu ene wo de beto dwana wo kire mu se bo mu ayo mo hwehwemu ene wo electoral process ene se no mu do mo djuma as a commission no aba beto dwa se tema central okan kwe central ena afi ablekumanov enya de se emma no a wo mo toye no electoral commission betimi agina so akase wo bentia na sa so masi ena wodi nkunim anase wodi ntwo sei ena wo church ensem.
The Commission is keen to ensure that all the outstanding processes in the 9 constituencies follow due process. It goes without saying that what happened during our attempt to complete the collation process in some of the 9 constituencies is unlawful. As indicated, the Commission will not uphold declarations ensuing from incomplete and unlawful processes. And these include in Sawam Aduajiri, where parties, of course, on election day besieged the collation centers and brought the collation there to a halt. As I mentioned, the Commission tried to complete the collation process on Friday, the 13th of December. However, when it got to 143, the collation for 143 polling stations, there was an agreement that they should put it on hold until the following day. Sadly, that following day was not to be, and the collation was called off because we were informed by the police service that supporters of the parties were planning to besiege the police depot and to cause disruptions at the center, and we were advised to put it on hold. And so that collation is incomplete, and we cannot declare an outcome. I must note that in the Ahafo-Ano Southwest and in the Ahafo-Ano North, as the collation on election day was also disrupted, and no winners were. Those processes were incomplete, and until they are complete, the commission will not be in the position to declare a winner. In Obuasi East, the collation center was attacked by party supporters, and the returning officer was threatened with an axe. His hands were lifted up, and he was asked to declare a winner when that was not what was reflected on the results collation form. Again, that process was not lawful, and the commission would not uphold it. In the Okaigwe Central, I did mention that 110 polling stations results were used to declare a winner instead of 141. The commission would not uphold that process. In the Ablekuma North constituency, 219 polling station results were used to declare a winner instead of 281 polling station results. The commission would not uphold that declaration. In Tema Central, the DEO again was threatened, and he was forced to declare results using 146 polling stations instead of 148. The commission would not uphold that declaration. In Bono East, the officer was physically assaulted. Sorry, in Bono East, in Techiman South.
Electoral Commission, Ninsem Kroyemuna watched us say. Amamre be a yaja to me say about what they by a said will be probably wono. Yes, so a Wagana Hanum say. Na a yadia said Dr. Cerebro Kweku, what Wakasa etiasa and Noma, Yana a coso, ewo abra abatuo, a coso a Wagana Hanum saying what in some way to ja, our brana, Wakasa, Nanwada, and a water say, a cabatuo de Quacocha Yadria, the affair cucumutisho. Na basa party, and ya dear says a Ghana for ye ditum, and ya sa, and Finchana in Viano, Sabi, able to me a seat to a casadiatia.
I see election as a form of application for employment. If you write an application for employment, you don't pack yourself and go and sit and start working. You wait for the employers to employ you before you can claim to be an employee. The same thing applies to elections. It is the voter who is your employer. So whatever the employer who the voter does is what should be sustained. So you cannot impose yourself on the voter. Other than that, we should abolish voting so that the strongest people will become our leaders. That is my first point. And we all know the processes. The people will cast their ballots at the polling station. At the polling station, the ballot will be counted. If you are an agent, somebody does the counting and you don't agree, you request for a recount. So when everybody agrees, copies of the results are given to every agent. So if you have it, and what surprises me is that from both MPP and NDC, the information we had was that by 11 to 12 o'clock, they have finished their collation. Is that not the case? So what is the issue now? Because if you have a collation, you know the truth. You know whether your application has been accepted or rejected. So why do we then fight over results? So when we have finished with the polling stations, we all move to the collation center. And my personal expectation is that these two parties will go to the collation center with the results in hand. So if the letter coming says, at CDD polling station, Sibokoko had 1, Dr. Sandri had 2, they will check and see, no. And these things are being projected. So apart from the manual presentation or collation, we are doing the electronic one too. We are projecting it. So it shouldn't be any issue. Once the collation is done, you can request for recollation if you think the totals were wrongly done, whatever. If you agree, it is also prepared. We sign, we countersign, you are given copies. This time we've gone further to say that the results should be pasted. But me personally, I was laughing at that point. Because anybody who wants to be mischievous, you press it, I take it. Because I know I have to put the results in my pocket. So if you are placing it there, it will not take 1 minute, that it will go. So none of the centers will you see the results there. Because they know what they are doing. And it seems that we are taking it lightly. I'm talking of Ghanaians. This is not a joking issue. This is not something we should take it lightly. Other than that, we will not have elections going forward. Because if somebody is able to disrupt it, get what he's looking for, why would also do it the next time? And my concern is that we should not allow this to be a precedent for us. It should not. It should not be said about us. That if you allow this to become precedent, then the survival of the fittest. In that case, like I said, we should stop voting. So let us take these things very seriously. We all know the processes. We all know the processes. So why are we here?
Mbwenu nsia kasebo na wenu go so ya wo show Mass TV so no private legal practitioner Martin Kpebu wodi nsem bia to dwana wo chire mu esem. Ade se abato no anase 2024 wo biada wodi ne ho fore ka ta se for any kankan mu no esesi etimi etwe no edine gina emra ano wo sande to dwana wo chire mu se civil society organization for bomb modern sene be ya enoma hodo a se bi aban dwumayefo bi wo mo efa abra nyom dia no wo metimi akuti ananso ka me akoyese emfa enu nti wo sere se wo bi biara ne ho bokata sehyem afiwe mu yenhwe na yemfa nemfa emna kwanso.
And then number 2, publication, like we used to do in the PNDC regime, okay, and other provisions. So that's the thing on the law. Number 2, we expect swift and effective prosecution of people who have looted the public purse. So let's make a correction to those who say they've seen nothing. At least under the Akufo-Addo regime, we've supported, you remember the NCA case. The NCA case involved at least 4, I think at least 4 of them were convicted. Alhaji Limuna, former Deputy National Security Coordinator, etc. Tete V and Co. Yeah, they were convicted because they didn't do the right thing, causing financial loss. Then you remember the venture capital case. Then you remember Sedinam Ationu, that case, right? And Axin. And then some other 2 cases. So at least let's remember that. It's not bad. It's not bad, though we wish we'll get more. And then also you go to OSP, you see some cases. Also look at Cecilia Adapa, even though she's not been convicted, the naming and shaming every day is good. It's good. So if we look at the NDA case where I went to testify, and then this lady, Napaga Tia Sulemana, yeah, the President Akufo-Addo didn't fire her, but at least she suffered. She was the boss who signed. And Akufo-Addo, because of his friendship with Napaga Tia Sulemana, Clara, she wasn't prosecuted, but at least it will go on her record that she's the one who approved those transactions for which other people are in court. And so you see that something went wrong. And now the Akufo-Addo is leaving. Napagatia, you see, we'll come back to that issue. How come you are not before the court? Even if she never gets prosecuted, it goes against her. So there are a lot of the naming and shaming of deals were scattered. Please, we can, so I've mentioned this interoperability thing. We've mentioned so many other things. The bauxite. Mama was giving this bauxite to his brother. Can you imagine? Ibrahim alone, they were going to take the bauxite for one family. Why? So it's good we change Mama. That one, I'm not apologetic about it. Thank God he has an opportunity. And I came to support him when later I saw that his corruption is less than Akufo-Addo. So, but it doesn't mean that he shouldn't have left in 2016. It's good we saved the bauxite. It's good we saved it. And many other things. So those who are saying they saw nothing, please, I wish we can have a full day on the anti-corruption.
Well,
then
yes,
we'll
I just
list
needed a quick one
everything.
on this.
So usually when you change a government, you stop the bleeding. When you change a government, looking at JM and looking at Akufo-Addo was a practicing lawyer, etc. He could earn his own income. So I looked at myself. By 26 now, 9 years at the bar, earning my own income. I didn't need government job, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I thought Akufo-Addo was in a better state to fight corruption. You see, there was that bias. At least I'm better than those who supported him, and when things went south, they have been quiet. Am I not better? I've been sitting here for 2 years, and even before that's every Saturday to Saturday since December 2022. And before then, I used to come like maybe once a month, etc., and go to other stations. So at least I'm better. Look around those who have been quiet, etc.
All right.
So please, going forward, now that we voted out this poll, those who are saying nothing will happen, don't forget. Now we've stopped Oforiatta. When we borrow, Mohammed's brother is not going to get a cut. At least JM will not bring his brother as finance minister. We all know Ibrahim will shy away from that. Or the other brothers, Alfred and the rest. None of them. You look at it, there will be no ambulance contract for Mohammed's daughter, Farida, or how did they call her? Obviously, that way I know there will be no ambulance contract for her because in the previous one, we didn't see an ambulance contract, etc. So by stopping Baumia from doing a third term for Akufo-Addo, please, it's not a mistake. We've stopped the bleeding. And you know that our people say that, listen, even within the MPP, there were lots of opposition people. They were being starved. So let the thing go elsewhere. And at least now, as a society, we are stronger. JM will not dare. JM will not dare. And finally, let me say, you know Akufo-Addo's vindictiveness. I told you earlier on. Do you know how he was hounding Bafuboni? Justice Bafuboni on the Supreme Court. He was hounding him, resign. Because you know what he wanted? He wanted that when NDC takes over and then they want to attempt to remove any Chief Justice, etc., Bafuboni will not have a role. Well, let me tell you, that was the plot. Please, Ghanaians, well, so it's good you voted out what do you call it, Akufo-Addo and the MPP. They were as if they could tell that they will leave. And so they were scared that Chief Justice may be in trouble, and so if Bafuboni is there...
Yeguswa ewo amanyo ensem emu na eyade se edom kuma ya wonom ewo Ghana emrahye bedwefie no mu echire mu se Dr. Ernest Kwame na Yedu Addison wo ye CEO Edema Bank of Ghana sika pudu ayira yefa nkuntura sibesi ne yehu no dom kuma no echire mu se yenche papa no kra yenche ne yenhwehwemu ansana President-elect, yetimi kwad na esi ekunya so anyesa ebe ha adwene.
We set final payment of a project of which no work has been done. The question is, what influenced this very decision, Mr. Speaker? Some people must be arrested, Mr. Speaker, to serve as a deterrent to others. So, Chairman of the committee, I remember there was a time you caused arrest of an official. This time, the governor, his deputies, and all officials who had a hand in this payment must be arrested. We are not just going to recover the money. They must be arrested, Mr. Speaker.
Somebody must be called to book. Somebody must account to the people of Ghana for this wanton use of money, which we cannot even find a single block on site. One, the consultant must be arrested. Two, the agencies that awarded this contract must be arrested. Three, the governor of Bank of Ghana must be arrested.
We are talking about personal responsibility when it comes to criminal law. We are talking about holding people who have erred or deliberately misled the country or caused financial loss to the country to be personally responsible. What is the basis for saying arrest A or arrest B? The report does not say that any investigation has been made.
Actually looked on when an entity in this country actually proposed that the E-Gate alone will be $200 million. E-Gate, in an airport that cost $250 million, was supposed to be done for $200 million. That amount has been revised to $140 million, and today we are told that is still around $147 million. What will be the reason, justification for this? And as I speak to you,
Ministry of Finance and Ghana Immigration Service are in a rush to activate this and allow a private entity to fleece the people of this country, because there's an opportunity to charge, according to them, $5 per passenger to take this money. And actually, when they are even in opposition, they will be making money out of this. Why on earth would a whole airport cost $250 million to build? And you will be trying to get into an agreement with an entity to run an e-gate service for almost $147 million.
I'm brand on Siaka Bona when you go to our ocean, Yangina so na Yan Jim Kratosima, Yervasisia.
Shaznatazi. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Afishapa. Must TV the niggas some near the no and niggas some mine there. Brunya Olibe, Yatiti advertisement price list no so. Musabeya, Anquanque, Ejumukubiara Ayarano, Ebetumaba, Nabo Bonya Manu de Roaba Brunya Olibe, not at the tonable so simple or damo. Ain't every 1st November, at the 15th January, our Afifu Frumono, yes, yatito advertisements price list no 20% slash of Brunian Mono. Yes, yatito do. It is a boutique na a t-shirt, kolanyama, bracelet, chains. Adibiale eton biara no tutreminka na bobo nyama dero wa Black Christmas yatito ya bono do no announce for the awo upcoming artist bi a ebe promote music video bi edemo announce for the live interview intellectual na abade tutreminka na fe won ahoma trofo no do 055-405-4939 announce the 055-7515-862 yenna menugwase Friend, Nebra, Nayambo Yamano Dero, Ewo Bronya Braymun. Happy Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Mass TVana is all about your excitement.
Afinsiapa. Medinchemo dro. City Based Properties Ghana Limited. Also a doctor was from me pop. We rate a quick amansa permit to the symbol for. I was asked to anything at the brown pay. And enumerate every P out of the free. As I see me dinner Ada Afilia Millennium Hospital and Ben Special Forces Flight Training Center in Chepe. Nabura esa city base die munmu yen esa afi bi ekwa wie titi en sa asene bo no say who adi amao eri kakra bi ekuta wo no I had to say yasin sa body fa bra the city base say ya di ahotomre esmas promo aba ebe buo na nso anya asase ato full plot na etua sika kakra bi
na nkane bo ne 30,000 Ghana cedis na nso mu donti yate so de
25,999 Ghana cedis pe no do fu e kudi bi hansuru mu ni nyina na se mpo onkuta sika ni nyina na onkuta half aya no ye efa yesi bra betua me fa 1 month bo so me afetua nkaye no na fa firi ho na afi asase no nkrata asem nyina no e ya de city base Properties Ghana Limited ye be bia ma free ahoto me esmas promo asase wo hwe meti a won si asisi pillars ye yi akwanya tum litigation pro Freeland man shubia anyone anything here say Gauta Ganama now be na drop piece kana ne bo anya wodene ansini funda ka no tu anamo no be ya so esan sense asene de ya yi akwan tutumu a full plot ana ye ton anything se wada e mane mpa ho ye hia so betu anamo no waba na promotion se no so ese fiti ase obubo busumi ne da to su edunum e wa afiye mu adikosi eye January bosome no ne da to so dunum e wa afififro no mu ni chenwa 15th November 2024 adikoka 15th January 2025 tutumika na so be di ahotomre esmas promo asase ni bi ahotomre esmas promo asase ayeto onipa du ebedi nkan na tutu mirika waba beto atase na tua pe kinkan 25,999 Ghana cedis no obi a ebenya 200 pieces of blocks na dan ne fapem no omo de afiti ase eno so dan chen a obi ase benya anya one trip afei free land consultation and your bed yamawo yes I do the pass as soon so abra ye utaku anasa simpla na send your senior ban ye na bra na muntino obi a enso benya free Xmas hamper no dia kofie no dia busuan dia kofie manum super baby and so that chen afi ye sankra nyoma enu nti ya say ye beto akrade dia ma nipa du no na dia de tiri be ye no obenya brand new smartphone what you could feel that your fresh city is no friend at the full brain anymore. You are sure more a happy birthday, happy new year, and then take home. And until so far, what Xmas Pro City Base Properties Ghana Limited, yeah, bay. And when you will be our City Base Properties Ghana Limited, that's not a case here, headquarters, no, I will number barrier. Me or die, I could be the noir, and it's can best out to deal with channel. I'm a bad dancing money, pa. Samsung City Base Properties Ghana Limited, office annex. Our affiliate, Matayako, Hallelujah Junction, our money go witness. I saw no idea, Mukre. What time is there? Come Kakrabia, Frewo, our home at 2 so 050-524-4503, and 0551-996843, and 0550-285246. City Base Properties Ghana Limited. I want to make a Xmas promo. We add value to your home.
Jesus Christ was born on Christmas Day. Our shepherds watch, they flock by night. They see a bright new shining.
Na metwa me ho akwa ba yin no nsia kase ye bone wani gusu a wo hwo no ye gusu a wa amanyo semu a eyade se ye to Ghana mampani dada so aba enjeri ni bese kunwa so no enhehye bi wo ne ntwe bi wo esese abandada no na pamfo eye ansa na wa betena kunwa so afi na dwuma se wo mampani ba ko ne se mini budget bi emrahye bedwa ne behwe akwa asetena ebobo hu na ehon sem kan yetimi aka hwan na de sankrata ne ba abonten mayaka a finance minister onumian for Dr. Muhammad Adam Amin na eyade se Dr. Kezo atofos na wono so wo ye panipa wo dadom kwa no ma hye bedwefie kirem se wo wura Muhammad Amin Adams wo ya chenchene twan wo mu nim de enti a budget no won pese wo de bebante beye de a ye nkwache no ye chene de a wo de beba amampanifa hwema bobo hu ansa na ehun sem kan bia no matimi aka.
The expenditure in advance of appropriations for January to March 2025, the Speaker, can be laid by any member on behalf of the Minister responsible for finance. The Speaker, copies are before us. I have a copy. The Speaker, I'm sure you also have a copy. And I think this is not the presentation itself. It's laying of papers. The Speaker, there are occasions, instances that papers have been laid on behalf of a Minister of State. In the same vein, we have a minister for tourism before us. The Speaker, he is the available leader, and he's a minister for tourism, a cabinet minister. The Speaker, I urge him to lay it on behalf of the minister responsible for finance. But if you don't want to do it, I can do it on your behalf. Mr. Speaker, I also want to convey to the Minister and His Excellency the President that the Constitution places an obligation on the President to present to this House before the year ends expenditure in advance of appropriation for the first 3 months of the year 2025. And this is Article 80. The Speaker, aside that, the PFM Act, the Public Financial Management Act, places a responsibility on the Finance Minister to act on behalf of the President to present the estimate before us. And there are severe penalties for not doing it. There are severe penalties for not doing it, including a jail term. Severe penalties. So I just want to caution those in office to be aware of the constitutional provision.
Yet, what and some so a dear. I dare say North Town and Rashebedrini, Samo Okujeto Ablakwa. And I would subobi, bo and crofo say. I just share one more Eddie Bonnet to say beer. Yomoya dinner and ya. Na ase embrano katakato so no more from where the one contrast and so near cosman one air cost was the attorney general say. One more diana safono, one share na emra and womundi, one share and a wama embrana and kata will be a woody boneso, yan fanina embrano and no indi.
Mr. Speaker, if we are not able to approve of the vote on account, the summoning of Parliament to elect a speaker, for the speaker to now also swear in the new members of Parliament, technically cannot take place. Is that what you want as a nation? Mr. Speaker, the third one relates to the event to even swear in the new president. It will be encapsulated in the voting account. It will be encapsulated in it because it's a next year event and provision will have to be made for it here. Perhaps people were not even thinking through and you spend your time fighting over which seats to occupy. We are where we are. However, Mr. Speaker, I would suggest strongly that the minister is aware of his responsibilities and he is not minded to renege. And certainly the voting account will be presented in the House. I'm just saying that as I've been doing, I'm not able to do that because this morning when we met, he wasn't there. And because he wasn't there...
There were increasing reports that people are trying to cover their tracks, people are trying to backdate, and they're trying to, ratify their wrongdoing. We already have a situation where some people have even fled the jurisdiction. If you followed my latest expose, those involved in the ambulance scandal left, and they all left a week to the elections. So you have all of these pressures, and the president-elect thought that it was really crucial for this team to be put together so that immediately the evidence gathering can commence, and then what can also be salvaged. Because remember that once people start giving you information, whistleblowers bring information to bear, then you are able to take the necessary steps urgently, remedial steps to at least, stop the hemorrhage, plug the gaps. So there are many advantages with what the president-elect has done. And certainly the ultimate advantage as well is that by the time the government is inaugurated, remember it's going to take time for the president to appoint. He has said that within 2 weeks he will nominate his ministers from the leanest government ever. However, you can't control the timelines of Parliament. Parliament have served on the appointments committee for many years. They will have to receive the nominations. The speaker will refer the nominations to the appointments committee. There will be public announcements so that members of the general public who have any issues about any of the nominees will have to present that to the appointments committee. The appointments committee will vet, and then their reports will come to plenary before Parliament takes a vote on those nominees. All of that will take some time before an attorney general will be in place. So what the president-elect wants to achieve is that by the time all of those processes are concluded, you have this team taking advantage of the legal transitional arrangements that will have gathered the evidence. So that
I just work with you ewo asante mantemu a ahemfukuo bi aka wono ho aboma wonom e kire se empuntu ene wo men asomdwe ne yedie na wonom epe enti abana yetoye no se kane mampendada ena edi nkunimu o se hwan ena eba wo omode wo machitaye eta na echi as traditional leaders sene ahemfo be ya boa ewo mampeni ama wo mantutuye timi akoso no sa pepe bi no mo be ye aboa amaka ne ma peninda da say Ghana fortune sroba say 7th January yeshwe ne ina wo ba be funu dwumedi asese ma peninu wo mu etai nechi ebeboa no akoni asai na so ma wo man no wetimi ebuni yepa
amampani Jomahama yamanetiri nkwa enam ne papaye na humobro wo munti ya odwina asante odwine kumase ne asante ho tina yen concern traditional chiefs ya kasai ye kasase ye de nyamiase se Mahama wawi ye de nyamija no ye de nyamidi na chi esanse owadwen papa wabe bi pai anu abai mfu obasa ye ahweye go waye bi obebo aye ohwe aban aba na ho de Mahama to ho a ebi kofuo kora nya nyonko ne Mahama ya de yie na office no abade a na o se concern ye ma oman no oman nyina hu se asante ta Mahama chi ya ye nananom ya ye hie ye doso papa ne nyina nkofia ha ti na mu mpanifo ye hia ye da nyame ase ama Mahama Joma ye oni papa otima otuobi ase onti se yafo no nti yadaru ma se wabade a ne akana brema na soadu na kwesi na brema wadaru ma enfama na ai na so mfe bin kan wadaru ma deboso unso kebi kan
asante man yese enye obi bi ni obi bi ne de waye ni yie Mahama obetra konwa so wodi mfie miensa pe media men
ebusia yetwa so edia na jumtuni ya eba Ghana ha dia enya asem ketwa fresh boy fan boy enya asem ketwa kra Joseph Kwame Nkrumah Boabin because ade wo hu da nyemo meka Nero E on so otifi wani agye wono ena wode nsem bia tudwa na wo kire mu se ayi entemu ho ye to abeyi a okobo nwom ede ema NDC na senkrofo kasakasa na artist ena oye nyimu no wose me de me nyimu o ebri bi atwam mekota NPP fu achi na emu mo no ma monwom amfa mo ba na me gino mo stage so eye campaigns awodo enti enwom no a wo boye no wodi nchechema ba ne enti a wo bonyom no ede ema eye NDC fu afi
Will it beat? I don't know worry. You don't come for me. Yo, Nero X. Can somebody come up me? That I love I'm only. Yeah. But I want don't worry. If she don't come for me. That I go there. Can somebody come up me? That I love I'm only. Yeah. But I want don't worry. You don't come for me. That I go there. What's that? You making me turn up. Baby, come on. Now you are go to follow. But you making me follow. Hey, I wanna carry you go. Now my feet will do. I'm missing one up a cuckoo. God, if you out of my mind. All the sounds of the call, if you don't come, I go die.
Now I don't know what anybody did. If you don't call me obedient, now I go there. Mindset, yeah. Say, Emma, you may not do that. The problem will still remain. Yeah, and you know, yema yenyi the political affiliations in off. Sabi Obia want a right to associate. Obia want right to go to church. Obia want a right to do anything. Just that so on yet at the bonnet dia no desist, but bibia on ye bibia or ye bonnet mo bia. Just you can go ahead to do it. Over the years, you know, yet to the mass of Langas, I'm not going to endorse anybody when it comes to the political thing, but you grow, we are so it's moving, so we need to sometimes change our mindset. So, I thought of it, but then on a second thought, you know, there should be a move. It should be a movement. Everything also they will come out and say, oh, no, I mean, if a party A, no more party B, another support so and so, no support so and so. It doesn't bring about enmity. Enemy. Yeah, one Ghana again, a dialogue to put Ghana on the map. So a dialogue now maybe more party A, no party B. Why should you hate me? And I took that stance and I took a step. And I meet him, so I mean, thanks to my team for understanding my vision. I mean, we took that step. And Mangasa, over the years, you know, for like 4 years ago or 8 years ago, I supported, I mean, the other party. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, me a citizen, so we feel that something is right for me to, I mean, endorse. I will. And then me support, you know, how okay and me won't be, me nutia, me with the uncle, mommy. So it is a personal thing, a personal decision. If you don't know, back on what kind some fun who they why what on Ghana, Japan, or to Dano, Dubai, Sana Nina, no, no, it's the moon, no, then Master men didn't call so why don't I go back to, I mean, to campaign for him? As in, say, me compensate it, mama, and also. So I did. Me see, that song. Me no last year. Yeah. Last year, no. Yeah, last year, but then because not year election year, you know, you release, you know, and I mean, it started popping. Yeah. Yeah. And so you be personal. Momo be fan high. Because why then one pen, what's the one pen? My hammer. I feel the evolution. Yeah. Big shout out to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I mean, Odeserve. Yeah, in nature. A huge margin. Oh, one matter. Say the son on your man and me feel me and me feeling. Ghana for Nagasoton will feel when you feeling nippy. Yeah, you know, your mom back number 24 years and then oh yeah, cause I another. No, me who be that. It's you know, we don't go for year, but energy will be an energy out the bay. So that be a that the mean partner damn not so hotty. But I'm a personal, I'm not like that. But men said I'm also in share there for same be for both to me another backer. Anyhow be a fetch him. Economic medawa my reply in a sensible way. No one got saying we don't know. As seven of my me show a hope about my cast match. But tolerating them maybe, but just you wouldn't see me in that space of me. I mean, having that kind of bantam with people. No. That is me anyway.
Yeah, that's the part. Now, message you have about your mommy kind. Austin, please, or your bow. Austin, please tell him. Abusia ensema de be so mo say nwe no nsia kase bo no ye de ne na asi e wo Mass TV so ene eye bojaye enyasam ketwa kora production crew no aseda PSA en confirm o mo editors ene emma ne mema yina wonom na ekuchire nsem igu tese nkrata so me so me be chire mu ede so mo say kase wo City Based Properties Ghana Limited for eso yasene ema ye de ensemi e bae medin eye kachiri nana ya asantwa isore sudi adwumadi akina no eba betwaso Madawasi ena masanya crowd.